What's up, you guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Adrian. If you're new here, if you're not new, then thank you so much for coming back. So you guys voted again on my Instagram, but today I decided to switch the video I'm doing. I'm still going to be doing the truth or drink because you guys voted for that holiday edition. I'm going to do that next week. That's going to be my next video. But today I decided to do why I chose PA and what I'm doing right now. Yeah, without further ado, let's just get straight into it. So if you're completely confused, have no idea what I'm talking about, I decided to change my career path my senior year of college this year. And over quarantine, so at the beginning of quarantine, I decided to change my entire route of what I want to do. So I'm going to tell you guys a little bit of a backstory, how this happened, what made me change my mind, what I was going into, and all that stuff. So we'll start from square one. Let's just go way back, honestly. Let's go like freshman year. I wanted to be a dietitian or nutritionist / personal trainer. I've always had a lot of love and passion for like food and healthy eating and exercising and all that good stuff. And then I realized what you have to go through to become a dietitian and who you work with. And I thought maybe this is more so like a hobby of mine, not necessarily something I want to do as a career. So I switched my mind and I think this was my sophomore year of college. In one of my classes, we had a lot of speakers and people who were in different careers and would talk to us about like what they do. A chiropractor came in and was talking to us and was just saying like how much he loved his job, what he did, and I was really drawn towards chiropractic. So I was looking into it for a while. I didn't do like a ton of research. I've gone to a chiropractor since I was younger. So I've always like loved the chiropractor. I've had really good experiences at the chiropractor and I really like alternative medicine. Dalton and I have been dating for 8 years. You guys probably know that. If you don't, he's my boyfriend. And so we've been together for a long time. And we both have just been trying to figure out what careers we want to go into, and he has gotten like way more ahead in what he's doing than I have. And I was kind of at a standstill with chiropractics. I finally researched the schools and figured out what school I wanted to go to. It was in Atlanta, which is far away, and the school is 4 years long. With what Dalton is going into, like, we really didn't know a way where I would be able to go to school and then he could come with me, like we wouldn't be separated. I came to the realization that I didn't really love chiropractics. I like loved the idea of it. I actually worked in a chiropractic office for a couple of months and I absolutely hated it. It wasn't the fact that I was helping people or that I was like what I was doing. It was the people I was surrounded by and the chiropractors I was surrounded by and their morals or ethics. Like everything was like completely different than what I expected. And like I truly love helping people and I truly want the best for people, and at the place I was, it wasn't in that case. Like it wasn't in the patient's best interest and it was obvious. I kind of cut out chiropractics and I was like, all right, let's figure out what I do want to do. Realistically, let's find something that I'm truly interested in. I didn't ever feel the like, oh yeah, I totally want to do this. That's awesome. I'm excited. I have to be doing something I love. I will not stick to it if I do not love it. That is just who I am. That is my personality. If I get tired of it, if I don't feel like I have a purpose doing it or it has a purpose, then I won't do it. So I found PA. A PA is a physician assistant, and to be honest, I have never really heard of a PA before I started doing research, which is absolutely crazy because my major is exercise science. Like I may have had someone talk to us that's a PA, I don't really know. So I looked up PA, I started doing a lot of research. PA just really stood out to me, and one of the biggest things was that it's very versatile, so you can change specialties. You don't have to be in one specific specialty for the rest of your career. And that was like a huge high five for me. I was like, wow, I like that. I love variance. I love being able to do more than one thing. I don't know, like I have so many interests and I didn't want to have to commit to one thing for the rest of my life. Like that's a long time. So then I reached out to a couple of my teachers that I was comfortable with and just asked them questions. I reached out to my advisor. I was emailing literally everyone at school. I was emailing the chemistry department, the biology department. I was looking at my grades, my GPA. Finally, I decided this is what I want to do. I felt like everything started to just fall into place. So my teachers were responding and they were like, yeah, you have great grades. Just talking about like who I am and what is needed from me. And they're like, I think that's a great field to go into. And also, I wouldn't have to go to med school. It's only 2 years after my bachelor's, which I was like, wow, that's crazy. So now I am the secretary of the pre-PA club at my school, and I did that all semester long. I'm doing it next semester as well. And then when I graduate, I obviously won't be doing it, but so there's prerequisites that I have to get. I'm pretty behind in prerequisites because again, I'm a senior and I didn't know. Luckily, I'm in exercise science, so some of the prerequisites that are required to be taken, I've already taken just because my major, like it just fell into place. So that's nice. And then I'm looking at about a 2 to 3 year range before I actually apply to PA school. So it seems like a long time, but it is said that people usually take a gap year or 2 just to get all of the things that they need. There's a lot of requirements that you have to get. Like it's very, 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 very nitpicky. Every school has some different requirements. So depending on what schools you want to go to, depends on how long you're going to be trying to get those requirements. So for example, you're gonna have to get patient care hours. I know some schools require a minimum of 1,000, but some averages are 3,000 patient care hours. And it's a very competitive field. A lot of people are starting to get into PA and getting an interest into becoming a physician assistant, which I think is absolutely incredible. I think it's awesome. We always need people in healthcare. This semester, I'm taking my last class for my major requirement, and then I'm also taking general chemistry 2, and then the lab. And then I'm also getting volunteer hours through a mentorship. I sent in an application to volunteer at the Humane Society because I love working with animals, and I feel like that's a really awesome volunteer opportunity that doesn't even feel like I'm volunteering or doing any work because I love being around animals. So realistically, I'm doing everything I can step by step. So I'm getting this general chemistry 2, and then over the summer, I'm going to work on getting either medical terminology or one of my other classes, and I may not even do that. I am going to get my CNA 1 certification. I have had some recommendations. People have said to go to EMT. People have said to go into getting a front desk job. There's just so many options out there. So if you are interested in looking at PA, definitely look at some other videos. I am still super like fresh and new to all of this. Yeah, I have to take the GRE. I know this is kind of a scattered video, but I'm just kind of going off of like my head and what I'm feeling. So Dalton got into grad school at, I'm not gonna say because I just don't like saying stuff, but he got into a really good grad school program. And so we're gonna have to move over this summer. So what I'm gonna do is I am going to currently keep the job that I have right now, even though it has nothing to do with like getting patient care hours. But then while we're there for 9 months for his grad program, I'm going to get some patient care hours, see if there's any shadowing opportunities. Realistically, I think the biggest thing I've been doing is just not being afraid to get my foot in the door. I also joined a leadership organization, and that finished this semester, but it was a semester long, and it was a very long organization, but it was very beneficial. But I think the biggest thing I have learned so far with this journey is that like, don't be afraid to ask questions, don't be afraid to reach out, don't be afraid, because all of these people are willing to help, and if they say no, that's the worst that can happen. They'll say no. Like, it's not the end of the world, and just keep trying. So like I said, I'm trying to finish this in 2 to 3 years before I apply. So I am 22 right now, so I'm hoping I'll be like 24, 25 when I apply. And then I'll get out around like, I want to get out before I'm 30. I didn't even talk about what I want to go into. So the specialties that I'm really interested in are pediatrics oncology. I am interested in dermatology. I am interested in just family medicine in general. I'm leaving this for the end because this is the biggest part of it. So my mom has Lyme disease, and I've seen her struggle so much with getting diagnosed with Lyme disease. It took 20 years for her to get diagnosed with Lyme disease. And I've seen her suffer. I've seen her go through so many horrible battles and days. And I don't know what it was, but I had this like I don't know, I just had this urge, and all of a sudden my whole mindset changed, and I was like, what if I could be the PA that can diagnose that person who has been misdiagnosed, who has struggled, who has gone through so much pain and suffering? What if I could be that PA, that I could sit down, listen to what they're struggling with, and be able to diagnose them or help them in any way I possibly can? What if I could be that person? If one person, that would make my whole world different. And my mom is now doing bee venom therapy. If you've not heard of bee venom therapy, definitely do some research, look it up. So if you do know someone who's struggling with Lyme, definitely reach out to me. And I think that my mom could help them for sure. But I think that this is like my calling. I have really put a lot of thought into it and have felt like this just feels right. You know, do you ever do something or think of something and it just feels right? It feels good. It feels like that's what you're meant to do. So I am going to do anything and everything I can to educate you guys if you're interested in becoming a physician assistant, what it requires and my process, and just letting you guys know that if you're a senior and you are not happy with the career path that you have chosen, it's not the end. And if I can do it, you can do it. And so I'm gonna be your biggest cheerleader. I'm gonna be here, you're gonna be here with me, seeing my struggles, my ups, my downs, everything that I go through. And I hope that we can experience this together, and I hope that I can be a helping hand for someone who might be struggling with figuring out their career path. I'm excited and I cannot wait. And I've never been so sure about a decision that I've made. So yeah, if you like this video, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe down below so you can see more videos like this. I will create a little folder that is strictly for PA stuff so you guys can have stuff to look at. But I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the day, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!